Chicago. What's up, baby? What's up, family? Welcome to DJ Wives of House. You're tuned in with your hostess, the mostest, Lady A, baby. And you know who I am by now, Lady A. And I am a wife of a house music DJ. And my DJ is also my host for the evening. Welcome to the show, baby, DJ Flick, baby. Oh, what's up, fool? Listen, hey, you guys. Hey, now. Listen, guys, I'm so glad you guys are tuned in tonight. So glad you guys are tuned in. We have a really fantastic show for you tonight. We have a lot of things that we want to discuss, a lot of topics that we have on the table, and we're going to move through these topics as quickly as we can. Hopefully we don't drop tonight. You know how that is. It's winter time. Everyone's in the house. DJs are going live. People are going live. So you know what? Sometimes our things may drop, but we're going to keep rolling with the flow, baby. Rolling with the flow. Welcome to the show, you guys. Listen, I want you guys to do something for me. I need you to share, like, and subscribe. Share, like, and subscribe. Because you can't just hold me, Lady A, and my awesome host this evening all to yourselves. We want other people to hear whatever you want to, Lemmy, Henny, soda, tea, water. It doesn't matter. Get you something to drink because I know you guys have something to say to us by way of the TV, and we're just ready to get it rock and rolling. We do have a donation. We appreciate all cash apps, you know, to keep our show going, and not only to keep it going, but to make the quality of the show better. We want to make sure our show go abroad, but we want to make sure we give you good content, good quality, you know, so that you guys can hear us, and you can see us, and it's not a lot of twitching and witching and all that stuff. So thank you guys so much. Cash App, DJ, Flick, we will be appreciative of that, and it will help our show to be even bigger and better, and also to bring guests on, because we just don't want to hear my perspective, even though I think my perspective is the bomb, or my host, but we also want to hear your perspective, and we want to have other people on the show. Okay, so you guys be generous. It is the holiday season. You guys be a blessing, and so we can call in our upcoming seasons and shows. Again, thank you, and welcome to DJ's Wives of House. We're going to toast. Raise them up, baby. Raise them up. Raise them up. Toast to all of our audience. Happy holidays and welcome to the show.
What's up, y'all?
Oh my God! It has. We before we get into it, we really want to say again, rest in peace to Shanquilla. You know, the story that we kind of brought and talked about last week, where we have to be very careful of the company that we keep. And you know what, guys? I just want to say, you know, that the story is still developing. They have brought the perpetrators. They're bringing them you know, preparing to indict them, preparing to make a case against them. There's video footage that now has surfaced, and so we're seeing more and more of this Shanquilla's saga developing. And I wish and pray that those people get all that they deserve for what they did to that beautiful young lady. But just like we were saying yesterday, or not yesterday, oh wow.
They going down.
Come on, say it.
They going down.
All right. You know what, that's how DJs are. They love making sounds with gadgets, you know. At least this DJ does. But you know, guys, that's why it's so important.
Down.
That is why it's so important to watch the company that you keep. It doesn't matter how long you've been friends with someone. It doesn't matter how long you've been in someone's presence, or how long someone been knowing you or you've been knowing them. Knowing someone is not the key. How someone handles you and how someone treats you, that is the key. And that's why it's very important. That's why a lot of times, for women back in the day when I was growing up, calling a woman a bitch, that was an insult. I'm just going to keep it real.
What you say?
Back in the day when I was growing up, Listen, I worked on a job, and this is a true story. I worked on a job, and I was about, I don't know, maybe 18, 19, 20, and a guy called me a bitch. Now, a bitch is a female dog, and I am most certainly, I am not a dog. And I don't act like a dog, and I don't behave like one. And I had never been called a bitch before, so therefore what? I was highly insulted. I wrote that guy a letter, explained who I was and how insulted I was and how I did not like being called a bitch. But we find out today we use call women and each other bitches as a term of endearment. Now, I myself, I don't go that route. I don't call women bitches. I don't prefer to be called a bitch myself. Because let me tell you why. Those are little tactics. Now, listen to me good. And co-host, you can jump in whenever you're ready. Those are tactics. And those are easy little ways to insult our friends and people that we deal with by accepting them calling us outside of our names. So guess what? If someone is jealous of you, but we've gotten accustomed to calling each other bitches, and we've gotten accustomed to say, oh, shut the fuck up, and we've gotten accustomed to people talking to us and speaking to us that way, then guess what? You will not detect jealousy as soon as you would have, because guess what? Back in the day when someone called you a bitch or told you to shut the F up, those jealous signs came forth right away, because you knew that those were terms where people only would use when they didn't like you, or when they didn't respect you, or when they were jealous or envious of you. And so I think we need, especially with the ladies, I don't know what the men do, but I know as we as women, we as females, we as mothers and aunts and aunties and cousins and business women and entrepreneurs, I know we need to rethink calling our sisters bitches. I think we need to rethink calling each other out of our names. I think we really need to rethink, because one thing I can say, Flick, is this. At the beginning of 2022, the Spirit told me that there was going to be a great unveiling. The year 2022 was going to be the spirit of unveiling, which means everything that has been hidden, everything that has been in the dark, in the year of 2022, people who didn't like you, people who are jealous of you, things that you just did not know. In the year 2022, God said the veil was coming off. They were not going to be able to hide it any longer. There was going to be an unveiling. And my God, has there been an unveiling. All kind of scales has been dropping off of my eyes. All kind of enemies and frenemies, okay? Frenemies have been coming out the woodwork. And I thank God that the unveiling, because where you have to go, where I have to go, where we have to go, and the business that we must take care of and handle, and the opportunities that's coming to knock at our doors, we cannot afford to have frenemies in our midst. Now, enemies, that's one thing, but frenemies, baby, that's a whole nother ball game, baby, because those people walk with you, they talk with you, they eat with you, they go out with you, and yet secretly they are your enemies. Frenemies are very dangerous. So when the God of your life reveal these personalities and these little quirky things in your friends, relatives, or whomever, take notice, pay attention, and remove that imp out of your life. Remove that distraction and that retraction out of your life. Because let me tell you, I say distraction because distraction will bring retraction to your life. Distraction will bring retraction to your life. And we are on the move. We have no time for retracting anything. So ladies, Lady A is speaking to my ladies tonight. speaking tonight clearly, plainly. Rethink calling each other bitches. We are not bitches. We are ladies. We are queens. We are kings, ladies. And we are the teachers of this world, and we are the mothers of the world. We are not bitches. And we need to make sure that we will not allow ourselves to be renamed outside of who we are, what we are, and what we stand for, so that our frenemies, through conversation and language, can't trick us. Welcome to DJ Wives of House, baby.
Oh,
Let's go. Oh,
all right.
I'll drink to that. We're ready, baby.
To touch on frenemies, break that down.
That was you want me to touch on, so break it down.
Well, I want you to break it down to him.
Okay, you know what? I have learned this year, in the year 22, said that. Oh my God. That is so important that DJ Flick would say that. This year, you guys, has been an amazing year. And the reason why this year has been so amazing to me is because so many frenemies has been revealed and unveiled. And I am so grateful to the universe for unveiling the frenemies. Yes, they do start out as friends. You know why? Because they'll look at you and they will admire you on first glance. So many times people look at us, people admire us, people are taken by you or whatever. They're excited about you, excited about what you're doing. And you know what? On surface and first glance, they want to get to know you. They want to become friends with you. And they want to be in your circle. They want to, what you say now?
They're drawn to you. They're attracted to you.
Come on. They're drawn to you.
They see your light shining.
Come on. Okay, I think you need to go ahead. You want to take it over?
No, I'm going to let you take it over. I'm just adding.
We're just interjecting. We'll do a tit for tat. But right, they're drawn to you. They're attracted to your light. They're attracted to everything about you, how you dress, how you walk, how you talk, how you carry yourself, how you interact with others. They're drawn to that. And when you open up yourself and you allow those people to come into your life, because you're a good person, and because you are a person of light and a person of and a person of vision, you will open yourself up to these people. And when you open yourself up to these people, what we have to understand is that a lot of people have been hurt. A lot of people have been wounded. A lot of people have been hurt in their relationships, wounded in their relationships, wounded in their friendships. It's a lot of baggage that people have, and that in the beginning you don't know anything about that. And if you haven't properly dealt with a lot of the wounds and the hurt and the trauma that you have experienced, or that we as individuals have experienced, that stuff will be in you. And not only that, you will carry that into your relationships and your friendships. And if there's baggage there, all that the light and the kindness of the person you have befriended or who've allowed you to come into their life, you will begin to dump your baggage into that friendship. You begin to dump all of that baggage into that relationship, whether it be physical, whether it be friends, whether it be girlfriends, whether it be husbands, wives, any type of relationship. It is important that we find ways to get rid of a lot of the trauma or the hurt and the pain that we have experienced in the past, so that we won't bring so much of that into relationships that can take us to other places. So we have experienced this year, I personally have experienced this year, frenemies. People I've let in, people I've hired, people I've given jobs to, people we've given opportunity to, people we've given platforms to.
Yes.
These same people that have come into our lives have been the people we've given, my God, I'm going to tell you guys the truth. I have to say this. I must. My husband and I was sponsoring someone's entire wedding. Do you hear what I say to you? The entire wedding. The only thing we weren't going to pay for or provide was the hall. We were going to pay for all the DJing, all of the broadcasting, all of the decorating, all of that was coming from my husband and I. They got the place and we had everything else. But because God revealed that that was not a friend, but a friend of me, okay? When the universe revealed that and revealed it just in time, that we had to pull out. Now, they won't tell you the truth. They won't tell you what they did to us, how they handled us, how they spoke to us, how they took us for granted, how they were not appreciative of all that we were giving them from the kindness of our heart. Because of that, when that enemy start revealing themselves,
when that friend turned enemy, which is a frenemy.
That come on.
Let me touch on that because it's not necessarily that they are truly an enemy. What it is again that your confidence begins to upset their insecurity.
Okay, come on, break it down.
When that happens, they'll start looking at you.
Mm-hmm.
They'll start at her friends killed her. Shanquella, forgive me, my sister Shanquella paid
rest in peace
for that whole entire trip.
You all know the story.
Everybody.
Yes.
Well, a lot of people don't know she footed the bill for that trip.
Oh, it's coming out.
See,
it's all coming out.
It's all coming out.
Yes.
They all plotted against her.
Yes.
But the one that was supposedly holding the camera was supposed to be her best friend. So why would your best friend record someone fighting you?
Yes.
And then say, girl, fight back. You're not fighting back. She said, no, I'm not fighting back. And actually, thank God she didn't fight back, because by not fighting back, they couldn't say that
it was self-defense.
It was self-defense, and
yes,
it was so many different angles and twists they could have put on that had she fought back. Say this.
Yes, go ahead.
I'm going to cut you off, but I want to say this. I believe she had the signs, and she ignored it. Being young,
yes,
and we always see it.
Yes.
So being older, I let it go just like that. But when I was 25, I didn't either. You know, you just don't want it. No, that's my boy though.
Right.
But you see the signs that your boy is hating on you now.
Yes.
Your boy is starting to get jealous of you now.
Yes.
You know, I'm not like you. You know, when you not DJ, start hearing certain key phrases that let you.
I thought we were friends. And she began to say things to me like, you're not Lady A today. And I would ask her, well, what do you mean by that? Why would you say that? I am Lady A every time you see me. I met you as Lady A. I didn't meet you as anything else but Lady A. But now you want, because a personification of a particular energy. You don't want that energy. You're telling me to, I hope, and I hope that you feel the same, that I can be an encouragement to someone, that I can be a light to someone, that I can provide something to someone that once they met me, they won't leave the same. They will leave encouraged, inspired, uplifted, you know, and hopefully motivated through their creativity. So frenemies start out as admirers, right? And friends on both sides. But then something happens. When your character began to upset their insecurities, when your confidence began to upset their insecurities, little things, words, actions, reactions creep in you. Again, ladies, rethink all of this bitch calling each other. We do not allow men to call us bitches. We get offended when a man calls us a bitch. So ladies, be offended when another lady call you a bitch. That is not who we are. And also all of this name calling is only a back door. Come on, listen to me good, y'all. All of this name calling is only a back door to revealing and being able to act out their emotions towards you that are not favorable to you. Did you hear me? All of this name calling and accepting of this name calling only allows people to backdoor you to act unfavorably towards you under the guise of friendship. Right?
That's right.
Under the guise of friendship. Friends don't call each other out of their names. Now, if any of us have been guilty of that, if I have been guilty of that, forgive me. And I apologize. I can't recall when I have called a woman a bitch. I don't recall that. But if I have.
That's not how you talk.
That's not how I speak. That's not how I roll. I don't see my ladies as bitches, so I don't use that language. But if by any chance I had a drink, you know how we do. You know how to, But if by any chance I have ever called a female that has known me a bitch or something outside of you who you are, I ask that you forgive me because I don't ever want to making us think, and it's making us have to pay attention. It's making us have to pay attention. And so today on this show, pay attention. Do not ignore the signs. Because, baby, God will give you a sign. And you better be willing and ready to accept the sign and the evidence, right? The evidence of things not seen. You don't see it, but the evidence is all around you. Come on. You don't see it, but the evidence is around you. If you don't see them, see the evidence. Please watch the evidence and you will know who you're dealing with. Welcome y'all to DJ Wires of House. I told you, I'm a DJ wife and this is coming from my perspective. I'm not holding back. I am going to say what it is that I must say, and I don't care who like it because it's my show and I can do what I want. I love you guys so much, and it's so great having conversations with you guys. Flick, you want to add anything else to that?
No, that was basically it for me on that topic, because on that point that we were making.
Come on.
About frenemies. If you're not aware of your frenemies, the people that call you their friend, that surround you, turn enemy.
Come on.
Which makes them frenemies. They start out as a friend. They begin to get jealous. They begin to look at you. I'm not as outspoken as you. I'm not as outgoing as you. I'm not as. Those are signs.
Yes.
Because now they're comparing their self to you.
Oh,
and that's when you know something is going on. Something is changing within them, because now they want to compare themselves, because they're looking at your confidence and they're saying, "Wow, man, I'm nothing like her."
Right.
I'm not. Well, we know that. That's why you were drawn. That's why we became friends, because you're you, I'm me.
Yes.
She's herself, and so again, you're drawn to these people, but you don't have to start comparing yourself to whoever you're drawn to, because they're in your life again for a reason.
For a reason, yes.
So you don't need to start comparing yourself. You just need to look and listen and see why God brought them, the universe, into your life.
Yes.
And usually it's to fulfill something you've been praying about.
It is. Yes.
You're never going to see no God come down, none of that. God uses people. The universe wants you to dim in yourself, dim in your light, not be you, not let your character shine so bright that people going to notice you and all that kind of crazy stuff. And you got to basically start getting away from those people.
Yes.
Because if you try to hold on and keep them in your life, the same thing can possibly happen to you what happened to the young girl.
Yes. And also I want to say this. I want to add to what he was saying. The bottom line is this. the bottom line is this. One of our pet peeves, or one of our the thing that me and Flick does, when we're in friendship with people, and if we see anything that can possibly be heading at all with us, because we need to get an understanding up close and personal. So if we feel things going off the rail, we will immediately give you a call. Let's meet. Let's have a drink. Let's have some dinner. It's some stuff we want to talk about. And we bring what we see or what we feel. Now, we feel it. It may not be what we feel or think, but we make sure that we call a meeting of the minds so that it can dispel any thoughts that we had about what we think we see. We're bringing it directly to our friend. And we ask our friend. I just did this true story. I just did this a couple of weeks ago. I had we did a event with a friend that I respect and truly adore. And after the event, something didn't feel right. And I reached out to that friend and I asked her. I was not afraid, and we can't be afraid to approach, quote unquote, our friends. If you have a friend and you cannot approach that friend to let that friend know what's on your mind or how you're feeling, or if you need to say something to that friend, that's not a friend if you can't approach them. Anybody that's friends with me, come on.
If y'all can't talk about it.
If we can't talk about it, we're not friends. And all of this stuff needs to come to the surface. And I talked to that friend. And I said, have I offended you? I brought that up. Have I offended you in any way? Have I done anything to you? I said, because something feels different. We need to stop perpetrating fraud. If something don't feel good to you, you need to address it.
You talk about it.
If something has upset you with that friend, address it. If something don't feel the same, address it. If something feels changed, address it. What we do as grown-ace people, we allow stuff to linger way too long because we're afraid to address it. No. We are living in a time and a day, you guys, where we have to address the people that are in our lives, because you need to know who's walking amongst you. And if you wait too long to address your concerns or your thoughts or your feelings, you give that enemy time to change from a friend to a frenemy. I encourage every one of you all to address your thoughts in your relationships with your friends immediately. Do not let it pass go. Do not let it go across the board and collect 200.
No.
Because you'll get in jail before.
Yeah, you're going to have to crack somebody upside their head.
Oh, my God.
You'll wind up in jail.
You've been
Don't put you all in jail.
Come on. You've been and got yourself caught up, locked up, strung up, murdered, a business deals destroyed. Come on, you guys. Y'all know I'm talking. Talk back to me, because you know I'm telling the truth. Stop waiting to have very personal, upfront, serious conversations with those that you call your friends, because you need to know now how they stand and where they stand, and that if it is a misunderstanding, that we can nip all of that in the bud, get that stuff taken care of,
That's right.
and so that we can ride this friendship wave on into our victory, on into our success. I'm telling y'all, it's important that you know who walk amongst you. Come on. Woo.
And that's a great segue into the next point of tonight. The next point is.
Ooh, where my tamarind? Ow! No, who labor. Ooh, that's even in the Bible.
What?
Where my Christians at? Where my Bible believers at? The Bible even tells you in your Bible, know them that labor amongst you.
That's right.
Know them that labor amongst you. We should not even be amongst one another and not know who we are. I should know how you feel about me. You know why? Not by perception, but because I talk to you and I ask you, we good? Go around doing temperature checks. I call it a temperature check, a relationship temperature check. I do it in my marriage. Every now and then, with my husband, with my friends, I will do a temperature check.
Yeah.
Just when it comes to my mind, I look at my friend. Everything good with us? Everything okay? Is there anything we need to talk about? Anything we need to discuss? Everything cool? I do a temperature check. So even if they may not feel comfortable coming to me, or you may not feel comfortable coming to your friend, just make a habit to do a temperature check in your relationships. Your boyfriends, your girlfriends, your sisters, your brothers, your husbands, your wives, your business associates. Just do a temperature check when it comes to your mind. Just look over. We good? Anything we need to talk about? Everything okay? Everything rolling smoothly? Because this is our time to put whatever it is out there. So if it is something, we can make sure we clear the air. Temperature checks in relationships. Come on, y'all.
So let me segue to the next point.
Go ahead, Flick.
Of the night, which is change is the one thing that will remain consistent in your life. Change.
Ow!
So it's okay if friends change.
Oh, come on.
It's okay if venues change. Change is the one thing that's always going to be consistent.
Ooh.
It's change. You can never get away from change.
Come on now.
You got to be ready to change, willing to change when change comes.
Ooh.
Because change is coming. Change is going to visit you. Change is coming to your life.
Yes.
It's nowhere around
yes.
change.
Yes.
You want to touch on that?
Listen, there is no way around change. Change is one of the most uncomfortablest things that we as human beings could ever experience. I know that being married to Flick has caused me and has taught me how to look at change in a positive manner. So many times we look at change in our lives on a negative. So many times because we're afraid of something we're not familiar with.
Most people are afraid of change.
Yes, we're afraid of something we're not familiar with. We're afraid of something that we're not used to. We're afraid of something we've never done before. We're afraid of places we've never been before, people we've never met before, things we've never seen before. We as human beings, we're afraid of change. And I was no different from any one of you. I had to learn, and my husband is an excellent teacher. He had to show me by example, because I've been able to watch him go through many changes in his life. And I've watched how he's handled it. I've watched how he's embraced it. And not only that, I've watched how it has made great strides, how it has caused him to make great strides in his life, and how it has blessed him, and how it has taken him to places that he never thought he would be. And by me watching how DJ Flick has embraced change, it has caused me now not to be afraid of change. Now, even though I'm not familiar with it, or I may have a little insecurity about it, but I face change as a champion, because he has taught me Change is one thing in our lives that is going to remain consistent. There is nothing you can do about it. You can't run away from it. You can't duck, hide, or dodge it. Change will be in your life. And as long as you live, change is going to happen. So we've got to learn how to embrace change with a victorious mindset. I know you got something to say.
Yeah,
I'll drink to that.
in the vein of change.
Come on. Woo.
Changing means adapting to any circumstances that'll help you achieve your goal. Okay? Change will grow you.
Ooh.
Change will affect your life, because if you're trying to achieve any goal, that means there's some things about you you're going to have to change.
Yeah. Oh.
To get there.
Oh, come on.
You're going to have to change some things about your life to get there. And then changing to adapt. Because again, when a frenemy reveal themselves, now change has just came to you. So now you're going to have to change how you deal with that person.
Come on now.
You're going to have to adapt.
Yes.
To the friend turn into a frenemy.
Yes.
So now change has just hit your life. So now you got to change and adapt.
Yes.
To that new, because now the relationship became new again. Now you're in a new area. So now you have to adapt to that one-time friend now being a frenemy.
Oh, my God.
And you got to deal with them differently.
Yes.
Especially if you want to still stay alive, because you don't want to put yourself in any dangerous situation with a frenemy.
Yes.
Because you can't trust a frenemy.
Oh, come on.
So when you have to step back, let me step back.
And reevaluate.
And reevaluate. Because change is going to reveal, change is going to show you, change is going to grow you.
Yes.
Change teaches you, because with change, you got to learn how to be a chameleon. You got to learn how to adapt to wherever, whenever, whoever, however.
Yes.
You got to learn how to adapt. That's change.
Yes.
That's change. You got to, because if you walk into a boardroom, you have to deal with that change.
Come
and
on.
now present yourself like an executive.
Come on.
As a professional.
Yes.
When you walk on the block and you're going through the hood, that's change. You have to change and adapt to walking down that block.
Yes.
And you may have to speak the language like a thug to a thug.
Come on.
That's change. That's adaptability.
What they say, when in Rome,
do as
the Romans.
As the Romans. That's change.
What does the Bible say?
Adapting. Change.
Yes. Become all things to all men, that you may win a few.
Change.
Inevitable.
Because you're never going to be able to please all the people all the time.
Never.
Never.
And that's why it's so key to tweak our relationships. When you open up a business, and I can speak from experience, and I know many of you can as well. When you open up a business or you start a business, there's always, if you want the best outcome for your business, if you want the best outcome, the best product, the best circumstances for your business, you will find yourself constantly adapting, constantly tweaking, constantly changing to make your business go to the next level. Well, we have to understand you have to do that in your relationships as well. We have to tweak our relationships. Come on. Talk to me now.
Yes, you do.
We have to tweak our marriages. We have to tweak our relationships with our children. Listen, when your children are making a transition from a childhood with you, your relationship between a parent and child, and when they're making their transition from a parent and child to parent to adult child, there's some tweaking that has to go on. Because if we don't learn how to tweak and change this relationship, you'll find yourself bumping heads with your children, your bosses, your husbands, your friends, whatever your relationships. All relationships have to be tweaked if any of you out there is constantly rolling with someone, if you've never stopped to say, everything good, if you've never stopped to tweak some things because you're telling, listen, I don't like being called a bitch, so we need to tweak that part of our relationship. We need to understand that relationships have to be tweaked. And let me say this, oh my God, when you feel what you feel, do not ignore it, please. That is a true inward sign saying to you, it's time for some tweaking. I didn't say twerking. Quit twerking. Stop all that twerking. I didn't say twerk. I said tweak.
Come on here, somebody.
I didn't say twerk. I said tweak. It is time for some tweaking to be done in the relationships. So I, Lady A, DJ Flick, we're giving you guys some tips. Start tweaking your relationships. Start checking the temperature of the relationship of people you're dealing with. And if you feel something, it is something, now it's time to have a conversation about something. Welcome y'all to DJ Wives of House. Listen, maturity warrants change.
Can I touch on that?
Go ahead. Let's
Before we
rock
get out
and
of
roll,
here,
baby. Let's rock and roll.
We just 3 minutes off the next hour, so we're gonna touch on this and then we're gonna get ready to get on up out of here.
Yes.
This evening. Well, first of all, thank y'all for tuning in.
Thank you.
Once again, shots going out to our ATL family. Shots go out to our Chicago family, New York family, Houston family.
Like, share, and subscribe.
Jersey. Like, share, and subscribe. McCallie, DJ Muse, what's up, baby? So listen, change brings maturity.
Yes.
If you're not willing to change, that means you're being immature. Immature people only think about self.
Wow.
And that's why they will hurt you. Because they only want their way. They only want, and see, when people start looking at you and then they start changing, when your confidence begins to upset their insecurity, change is taking place in them.
Yes.
But a mature person says, you know what, no, I'm not going to start thinking like that. I'm not going to allow myself to think like that.
Come on.
Because when
Bring
you're
that
in
in.
relationship
Come
with
on.
mature people,
Yes.
you're not looking at them per se, you're looking at how they can help you. You're only looking to build. And that's how you know your thinking's in the right place, because you want to build with people that's mature.
Yes.
In maturity, when that comes, you don't want to build. You start looking at the person and their character.
Ooh.
You start judging them.
Ooh.
See, so now the relationship has changed because now you don't want to build with them. You was drawn to them. You wanted to build with them in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
But now when your insecurity gets upset, now you're judging. Now you don't want to build. Now you want to compete. Now you want to look and say, my character ain't like this. They think they all that. See, that's all immaturity within yourself.
Ooh.
So you got to say to yourself, no, I'm going to be mature about this thing.
Yes.
Because these are people I want to build with. But when you're immature, you know